All right, you guys, we have finally gotten more Pokemon ZA news. It's Pokemon Day. Pokemon Presents just wrapped up. Hope you guys enjoyed it, man. We finally got information after a year, after constant hammering from the community. We got roughly like 5 minutes of footage regarding the game. Some of it seemed to be cutscenes, some of it seemed to be actual gameplay footage. We did get confirmation of stars, and we got not a hard line release date, but some information regarding when we can expect this game to come out. As always, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, now obviously this came from the Pokemon Present, so we're gonna stop and start because again, it's like 5 minutes, so we're not gonna just run through it. If you want to see the run through, obviously check out my reaction to the full Present, but we're gonna be stopping and starting in the interesting parts because obviously I don't want this video to be too long. Let's go ahead and get into it. So obviously, we continue on based on what we know. This is set in Kalos, Lumiose City. It seems like this is all you're going to be you're going to be doing. I don't think you're going anywhere else. Let me actually turn this music down a little bit. As expected, Kalos Pokemon, more confirmed Pokemon, Crocodile confirmed. And this is where I'm already kind of just like, ah. Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile are your starters. I don't know. I mean, individually, I like all of these mons. Even like Chikorita. I mean, Meganium's like ass, but like Chikorita and Bayleaf, I like. For Ralligator, I like. Emboar, I like. But the combination of these three, I just don't think does it for me. First off, let's get this out of the way. 2 Johto starters is kind of crazy. 2 Johto starters is crazy. Even if they do the whole form thing like they did with Hisui, I still don't like it. I still don't like it. Even if they give them megas, which by the way they definitely should. I don't think it was confirmed. We'll see. Yeah, it was. I don't think it was confirmed now I'm remembering. But these need megas, and even then, I still don't think I like this starter lineup. Now, granted, I do think that it may not be that bad because megas are returning, and from the looks of it, every mega from prior games are returning. So that means Kanto starters will probably be back. That means Hoenn starters will probably be back. So you do have a good amount of starter Pokemon. I just don't like the starter Pokemon they chose here. I think, honestly, Johto, if you were going to pick 2 starters from the same generation, I feel like Johto is not the generation to do it. Like, if you pick Snivy here, I actually would have been, like, okay with it. It still would have been noticeable, but not as noticeable. Honestly, I think a Pokemon like Decidueye could have worked here. Obviously, Kanto Stars, Hoenn Stars, they already have Mega, so that probably doesn't work. But if you wanted to add Turtwig here, I think that would also be fine. But, I don't know, this starter lineup is underwhelming. I don't despise it, I just think it's underwhelming. So here's some basic stuff, more Kalos Mons. As expected, every Kalos Mon should be here, as well as every Mega Pokemon. So that already takes up a lot of the potential decks. So I'm very interested to see who else kind of fills out this game. I don't know what that was. The Rotom Phone getting more functionality? Like what? We're doing parkour now? I don't know. These are our friends that we make. They're essentially the rivals of the game. And we'll get to this in a second, because they introduced another battle mechanic from what it looks like. But we have the Megas. Got Lucario coming. Very nice. Game looks alright. As you see, they're just seeing, these are all former Megas. Both Charizard forms, that's nice. Gyarados, Altaria, Ampharos, Gardevoir. All this is the same. The game looks okay. More new characters. Got the boy AZ. I'm very much looking forward to potential story bits with him. I just don't know. I'm not loving how the game looks.
Pokemon Legends ZA is
It looks okay.
the Pokemon series.
Just not blowing me away.
The story takes place in Lumiose City, the largest city in the Kalos
I'll turn
region.
this part up
Prison
because
Tower
this is
stands
where we get
tall
some
at the
information.
center of this city of beautiful vistas.
Got Badoo, got Eevee forms. So
These
again,
days,
most of the
Lumiose
dexes I think is
undergoing
probably
a
shown.
high-tech urban
Got Watchog
redevelopment
line,
plan to turn it
Pikachu
into a
obviously,
city that people and Pokemon
Tyranitar,
truly share.
Garbodor, Weeping
After
Bell,
you arrive in
Chandelure.
Lumiose City to see the sights, you'll meet 3 Pokemon, one of which will become your first partner. Chikorita, Tepig.
I'm
and
probably
Totodile.
gonna go with Totodile here.
You'll choose one of these Pokemon to accompany you on a new journey as you get to know Lumiose City and its inhabitants.
Probably gonna choose Totodile.
Here are some of the colorful characters you'll encounter. When
Yeah.
you arrive in Lumiose, you'll meet a new friend and ally, either Urbane or Tawny.
Okay, Urbane or Tawny. Those are interesting names. Kind of siblings. You only get to meet one though, which kind of sucks. Which character you meet will depend on the appearance you choose. So I guess whether you're a guy or gal. That's probably what that means. That's probably what that means.
The hotel where you'll be staying is run by AZ.
That man
You'll
tall,
also
bro.
meet his partner, Floette.
Yep,
Lumiose's
Floette, very nice.
redevelopment is being managed by Quasartico Inc. You'll become acquainted
Quasartico.
with the company.
Potential villains? I don't know. This man Vinny looks intimidating as hell. I am going to struggle to pronounce that name, by the way.
CEO
So it seems like a story bit will be revolved around the redevelopment of Lumiose, and you'll be working with these guys potentially,
and her
which is nice.
secretary, Vinny. The different people you meet will make your time in Lumiose all the richer.
Nice. And this is
To
where
help people and Pokemon coexist,
you're going to be catching
the
mons.
city has
The
set up
wild
wild
zones.
These areas, located throughout Lumiose, give wild
Croc-Rock
Pokemon
line, very
habitats
nice.
where
Well, I
they
should
can
say
thrive.
Crocodile line. So it seems like you just see the mini map here. They're green highlighted. You essentially just enter them and they function like routes. That's what it seems like.
Wild Pokemon habitats where they can thrive.
You seem to just enter them and it's like a... Doesn't seem to
Catch
be
one
that
these
big of a
wild
loading time though,
Pokemon,
which seems
aim
nice.
carefully, then throw a Pokemon.
Overall, this seems the same. New UI for the Pokemon. You get to see all 6 of your party members. See the Pokeball. So, okay, pretty much similar to Legends Arceus. You don't have to battle. You can just chuck balls at things. Pause. Pause. Pause on
If
that.
you're having a hard time catching one, have one of your Pokemon.
This is interesting to me. Some of these wild zones are actually on buildings. That's actually, I don't know. I mean, cool. I feel like Pokemon diversity and where these Pokemon are going to be placed are going to be fairly interesting. I think it has a lot of potential. I think there's actually a lot of environments to catch Pokemon, despite it just being a city. Which is one thing I was concerned about, if it's all going to be set in Lumiose. How are we really going to diversify environments? But things like this are actually pretty cool to me.
Pokemon use its
We got more UI stuff. Map seems to be present at all times. EXP is on this side. Got your Pokemon here, and then the moves. These seem to correspond to the actual Joy-Con. So, potentially something there. Then, I don't know if they're going to have the whole action system like they did in Arceus.
moves to
But
weaken
moves
the
seem
target,
to be
making it
put
easier to
here.
catch.
Then the general descriptions and all that. Not very effective, super effective.
This game
Standard
offers a
stuff
style
there.
of Pokemon battling not seen in previous titles.
This is where we get potentially where this game separates itself
Moves
from
can have a
Arceus.
longer or shorter reach, or different areas of effect. So choose
Moves can have a longer or shorter reach in different areas of effect. On the one hand, this might mean that battles have like a preset kind of area to fight in, which is like fine. But it seems like moving around, you could move around your character in Arceus, but it seems like you might be able to move around your Pokemon as well. This may make battles potentially more active if this is the case. We're probably going to need more information on how this exactly works. Because as she said here,
So choose your timing and positioning carefully to gain the upper hand.
timing and positioning seem to matter. I don't know what that means
Lead
exactly.
your partner Pokemon through battles
I
and
don't know what
dodge
that means.
incoming attacks. Swap Pokemon if you need to and find the right moment to unleash a move.
Not sure what that
What's
means.
more, certain Pokemon can go beyond evolution by undergoing Mega Evolution.
Yep, Megas are
When a
returning. We
trainer's
knew
key
that.
set resonates with the
Wish
Mega
they
Stone
showed a
held by
potential
the
new Mega.
Pokemon,
That would have been
the
fun.
Pokemon will do more than just change shape. It'll unlock a new level of power, turning the tide of battle in its favor.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of different areas to battle in, which I think is nice.
As Lumiose continues
And they all look
its
pretty different, which is
transformation
also
into a
nice.
city that belongs to both people and Pokemon, who knows what kinds of encounters and experiences will await you.
And of course, the boy Zygarde. Definitely interesting.
Pokemon Legends
And then
ZA.
confirmed late
Coming late
2025.
2025.
I wish it came out during the summer, especially with all that darkness. They're really grinding out, but that's okay. That's okay. We can expect in November. That's probably what we're expecting. And I don't know what this is. This is a promotion match announcement. Who knows what that might be? Who knows? That's the end of that. Overall, I'm very intrigued on this new potential battle system. Do I love how the game looks? It kind of reminds me of Let's Go in a way. In terms of its art style. As you see here, we got there are a lot of edges. You can kind of see potential cuts of corners, but overall, it doesn't look horrible.
Battling not seen in previous
But it
titles.
seems like the action system's gone, which is fine. But I'm very interested in how positioning and reach of moves are going to matter.
So choose your timing and positioning carefully to gain the upper
I don't
hand.
know. Like, you're fighting on top of a building against a Talonflame, that's crazy.
Lead your partner
That's crazy.
Pokemon through battles and dodge incoming attacks.
I wonder if they're going to have things like
Swap
alpha Pokemon or just
if you
generally
need to
stronger
and find the
Pokemon.
right moment to
That was
unleash
one of
your
my
move.
favorite parts of Arceus.
What's more, certain Pokemon can go beyond evolution by undergoing
Also, what I liked about
Mega
Arceus is how big the
Evolution.
scale of Pokemon were.
When a trainer's
like a Gyarados
Keystone
was
resonates
huge,
with
bro.
the Megastone held by their Pokemon, the Pokemon will do more than just change shape.
But all these look around, like,
It'll unlock
the
a
same
new level of
size.
Power, turning the tide of battle in its
Like, look like Charizard. Like, it looks...
new
they don't look
level of
that big.
power, turning the tide of
I want my Pokemon, I want my Charizard to be menacing, towering over me. Doesn't look that big. But this may be because of the whole positioning system and where moves have certain effects. We'll have to see. I want more information on that. We'll probably get it. As we get closer and closer, we may get something during the summer.
As Lumiose continues its
but we
transformation
pretty much
into a
have
city that belongs to both
the
people
decks. I don't
and
know how
Pokemon,
big this Pokédex is
who
going to be,
knows what
but if
kinds
you
of
count every
encounters and
Kalos
experiences
Pokemon,
will await
plus
you.
every Pokemon that had a Mega. I mean, coincidentally, we did
Pokemon
not see the
Legends
Hoenn starters,
ZA.
and we only saw Charizard in
Coming
terms of
late
Kanto starters.
2025.
So, I don't know if they're in the game, but if they are, combine that with the Evolution, combine that with Weeping Bell, which we saw. We also saw... who else? Saw Weeping Bell, saw Chandelure, saw all the Evolutions, saw Onyx, saw Badoo as well. I mean, that's most of the decks. Like, that's probably most of the decks. And it's going to be very interesting just how big Lumiose City actually is. And how many Pokemon are in these zones. Because if we go back to the Wild Zones, how big are these actually going to be? Krookodile as well confirmed. I would love a Krookodile Mega. I would love that. He's already badass, but why not make him more badass?
Then throw a Pokeball.
I don't know how big these areas are going to be, because look,
If you're having then throw a
this right here is either this is a barrier or an entry point, which that might mean multiple points of entry. I don't know. Looks like it might just be a barrier, because it seems like on the map, this is an entry point. Whether places have 1 or 2 entry points, a beginning and exit, technically, or they have multiple. Again, how many Pokemon are going to be here? Because,
Pokeball.
I mean, in a city, there's such a tight space.
If you're having a
It's such a
throw
tight
Pokeball.
space.
To catch one of
Like,
them
we
so
just
they can
enter it here,
thrive.
like, we see 3 Pokemon just chilling. And then the exit's right over there. I don't know how big these places are going to be. But,
To catch one of these
regardless.
wild Pokemon.
new characters, I'm very much looking forward to learning about AZ. Hopefully, he takes up a lot of the story. Hopefully. And then obviously Zygarde. As for the starters, I'm sorry. I just don't like the
These
lineup.
Pokemon
It's
to
underwhelming.
accompany you-
But overall, did they intrigue me enough? Yes. Do I think I wanted a little bit more after a year of silence? Also, yes. But it was enough to keep me intrigued. I'm definitely intrigued about this game more than anything. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait for more information. Thank you guys for watching. That's gonna do it. Let me know what you think about Legends ZA. I'm intrigued. The starters are it looks like okay at best. The wild zones and general battle mechanic they seem to be going for, I'm gonna need a lot more information before I have any feelings about it. But let me know what y'all think. Be sure to like, subscribe if you enjoyed. Average Gamer signing off. Catch you guys next time.